Alright, well, here you have it. Here's a 95 Mitsubishi 3000 GT. In really good shape. Does have drilled and slotted rotors all around. So front and rear. They're all drilled and slotted, so it's kind of a nice little feature. Having that on a car like this. Very, very good shape for the year. One of the cleanest around, actually. It's one of those cars that looks like it's almost doing 200 miles an hour just standing still. A really beautiful car. Do a little walk around. Does have the pop-up top there. Active arrow for the back spoiler, as well as the front clip, and it works perfectly. No problems, no issues there. 78,000 original miles on this. Black is a beauty, and especially when it's clean. Obviously it's kind of hard to keep clean, but once it is, I mean, it looks really good. It's a little dusty from being in the garage, but very clean car. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to video this car firing up. The reason why I want to show you this, because a lot of these cars, especially when they've been abused and neglected, tend to smoke really bad out the tailpipe when you first fire them up, because the valve guides and whatnot, or they've been raced really hard, obviously the rings and stuff. So just go to show what kind of shape this is in, and mechanically, and how sound it is. And as you can see, no smoke, because they're notorious for that, especially if they've been ridden pretty hard or neglected, like I say. Interior is in, I'd say, pretty fair shape, considering the fact, I mean, obviously you got your fair little wear and tear here on the driver's seat. Passenger, no cracks in the dash. I mean, dash is just a beauty. No cracks, no issues. Nothing in the panels. Very, very clean. I mean, the back seats, I mean, are just beautiful. I mean, passenger seat is just immaculate, almost like someone hasn't even sat in it. It's got a in-dash DVD player, really nice. Bluetooth microphone up top right there, Bluetooth. Let's take a look under the hood here. Got two sets of wheels for this. Those are the factory stock wheels. I've got another set throw on here. Just need some better tires on them, though. That's why I took them off, because they are going to need a set of tires on them. They're on 19s. Relatively bone stock, in all honesty. That's kind of a good thing. Really only thing ever done on this is the aftermarket little intake in the box delete, and that's just more for show right there. Intake there, but I mean, relatively this thing is bone stock, very clean, very clean. Very mechanically sound car. I mean, no check engine lights, nothing. I mean, it runs beautiful. In fact, the AC blows really cold, better than any of my cars. I mean, it freezes you out. I mean, let's go to mode here. Blows awesome. Really, really nice. I'll show you the front active arrow real quick. I'll go activate that with that switch right down there. Show you how that works good and how that works real quick. See it here. See if we can activate it. I activated that 3 times. Hopefully you could see it from the video, because a lot of these cars, they tend to go bad. I know my brothers did on his 93, and same with the back spoiler and fin. Yeah, I think a lot of it's from people in the front ones with them hitting them into curbs and stuff, if you will. So that's probably one of the issues. But let's take her for a little test drive, shall we? See how she runs. Obviously, being a 95, it is a 6-speed car. If I remember rightly, they started that in 94 with these cars. But I mean, as you can see, I mean, no lights on. You do have your obviously your sport mode with your suspension, which activates that from sport, from touring, all by push of a button. But, I mean, she just drives beautifully. I mean, this is a very mechanically sound car. Drives great. In fact, it passed flying colors with emissions, and it was one of the lowest they had seen, and they were kind of quite surprised at how clean it burned. And he's like, "You must be getting really good gas mileage in this, because it's hardly burning anything excess on fuel than it needs to be." So obviously it's running great. Like I said, it does have 78,000 original miles there on that Odo, and I've got the paperwork on this done by the dealership, Ken Garf, Mitsubishi. It had its 60,000 mile tune-up done. Got all the paper and documents on that. Got Carfax on it. I believe I'm the 3rd owner on this. Even have the original window sticker that came with the car. Letting you know every option and everything, which is kind of cool to have that, you know, laying around. It's just kind of nice. Kind of shows that, you know, it's been very well taken care of. I haven't actually had the car that long, but unfortunately, kid on the way and stuff like that, not very much room for back seats for all that stuff. So get on it a little bit just to kind of hear it. It takes really good. Very zippy. I mean, I don't beat my cars, but just get on it a little bit so you can kind of hear the turbos and kind of see what, you know, how it acts. So, turn this AC down. It's freezing me out here. Oh, let's put on the active arrow and kind of see when I hit 50 miles an hour. You'll see it. Speed up here. Activate it. You see it in the rear view mirror, I think, there. Go up. Go down. It's kind of neat, you know, you get going above 50 miles an hour, rear spoiler pops up, and when you decelerate and get down, I think it's below, like, I can't remember, 10 miles an hour, whatever, it goes back down. Now, obviously, you know, you can have it on auto if you want it to activate, or you can have it up if you want, or just you can keep it off. In all honesty, I keep it off, just because, you know, it's more excess wear on that motor and the front and the back for those to constantly be going up and down, up and down. So, you know, and like I said, I don't race hot rod this car around. I mean, this is an all-wheel drive, twin-turbo, all-wheel steering car, and I'm sure it handles really great on a track and going around and having some fun on it, you know, and that'd probably be really optimal to use that when you're, you know, really utilizing and trying to get everything out of this car. But, I mean, boost gauge, I mean, acts very, very good. I mean, boosts all the way up. I mean, even though these are technically a dummy gauge, in all honesty, I mean, great oil pressure. There's the gauges, temperatures. I mean, it's like 98 right now outside, and I mean, it's just running great. I mean, it doesn't overheat. Nothing, no problems. I mean, no check engine lights, nothing. Nada. It runs great. No problems with this car. Goes through all the gears, no grinding. I mean, I can show that. I mean, going through all these gears. There's fourth, fifth. Kind of going a little too slow for sixth, but we'll kind of get her there. There's sixth gear. Just smooth sailing. Beautiful car. I mean, honestly, I could probably be comfortable in saying, let's swing around here, this is probably one of the top 5, I could probably say, cleanest in this state. I don't know, I mean, I know it's got to be up there. I mean, it's just a rare, especially for the year. Believe it or not, I mean, they're kind of really hard to find around here, but there's one guy that's got a 91 with similar miles, so first gen, but his spoiler in the back, and it's the same color, you know, black, and he works right next to me, and where I'm going with this is his spoiler in the back is, sorry, shifting gears there with the camera. The spoiler in the back is stuck up, and in the upright position was what I mean by that. And so the motor's obviously gone out and they're giving it issues, or something's going on with it back there. It's got, you know, quite a bit of scratches throughout the paint. It's got just, you know, it's not near as clean. I mean, and it has a similar amount of miles, you know, with this. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit older, but you know, interior is, you know, stained up. It's, you know, just, you know, carpet. It's not in near the shape as this, and, you know, I'm pretty sure mechanically too. I mean, I think the way people treat things. I mean, I truly believe in these. You know, it helps save your dashes, and I try to keep my stuff garaged. I mean, cleaned, UV protecting on all my stuff. You know, I think it pays off. You know, how you treat a car is how it's going to treat you. I truly believe that. You know, I turned wrenches for many years. You know, and I believe that. I really do. Any rate, you know, here it is, listing this car up for sale. And, you know, I hate to. I really do. I mean, it's one of the cars that, if it was, people like to say is ahead of its era, and, you know, it's also been known as the poor man's Ferrari. You know, it's a great car. I mean, you get more looks and more thumbs up. I mean, I've got a Camaro SS, you know, 2000 that's really nice car with low miles and built up and stuff. But sad thing is, yeah, it's got a pretty big camshaft in it, and I mean a lot of work and built up and whatnot. But long story, Jeff, that is, I get more head turns, it seems like, in this car than I do that car. Almost, I mean, I get a lot of people give me thumbs up, and it's kind of amazing, It's just one of those cars. It's really rare. You don't see a lot of them like your STIs and your Evos, and stuff like that. And they're just a really, really great car that were ahead of their time and era. I mean, just so many electronics and gadgets, cool things with them. Beautiful car. I mean, a real head turner, and they handle great. They handle like they're on a dime. I mean, sport suspension activates. I'll activate that. I mean, it kicks in within like seconds. You can almost feel it. I mean, it just handles. I mean, this car handles. I mean, I'm yanking this, and it handles like it is on a dime. Beautiful car. I mean, there it is. Any questions? Let me know.